one. Welcome to another episode of Sunshine and No Brought Up C, and you are here with your girl. And no, I'm not mocking Kiki Palmer. It's your girl. Sherelle, all the way in the Bahamas. And I need to stop saying all the way, but here in the Bahamas. And I'm here with Abs in British Columbia, Vancouver. Say
Poppin',
hey,
what's poppin'?
Abs.
Hey.
And on this side is Yuri, all the way in Oklahoma, still
All the way.
waking up. Say hey, Yuri.
What's good, y'all?
So if it's your first time here, we appreciate you being here. 3 Bahamians in 3 locations discussing pop culture, current events, just whatever. And you're getting our unfiltered, unbridled opinion on it. So we would like for you to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell as well for when we have our new episodes coming out. And we're going to get right into it. Every week, we do a little edumacation. And that is the Bahamian word of the week. We should say the week now. Not of the day, but of the week.
Yeah.
Take it away, Yuri.
So Bahamian word of the week is a TIEF. So a TIEF is basically, I guess in dialect form, a thief. Someone, who takes something without asking. And in Bahamian culture, me personally, I can't stand a thief. And so I'm in a situation right now where I'm at school. And we recently just came back from a band trip. There was the jazz section of the bar. We went out to Houston and we played at some schools, talked to some students, encourage them to come to college, get the scholarship and get this money. And so we came back and one of our band directors found out that his game station, his PlayStation was missing. And so
Pause right there,
Hold
Yuri.
on, this ain't no PS5 though.
Pause for a second, Yuri. Who has towed a whole game console on a band
It's only
trip?
so big, you could throw that anywhere.
But why? What
We-
time do you have to be plugging this in when you on the road? I mean, like, anyway,
Girl, it
continue.
only take 2. It's literally 2 cords, the HDMI and the power.
That just
easy
sounds like
pick up and go.
something. That sounds like an addiction that you couldn't leave that in your dorm for 2 days. That's what that sounds like, addiction. But continue, Yuri.
But the thing is, because I have one, and the device is kind of huge and obnoxious for real, so I have to chuck on the table so I don't have to see it because it's so huge. But yeah, he came back and his PS5 was missing, and so we put into the band group chat to say, okay, I have a new roommate. My P5 went missing, and he took a picture of his bike. Why? Apparently, it's a Bahamian student that. It's a Bahamian student that allegedly took the P5, and so yeah, we on a manhunt looking for him now.
FBI involved in it.
I so embarrassed. Why is it us? Why is it
Because
us?
when I first when this group of freshmen came in, we had we gathered all of them up in the fall semester, and we was like, bro, if y'all do any dumb shit that put a bad reputation on the Bahamian name,
This is it.
I'm coming for you. I'm really coming for you. So we found out apparently it was one. They already called one name, and he was like, no, it ain't me. It ain't me. So he put it on somebody else. You put it on somebody else, but I feel like the person who returned the game, I think he was sent by the actual perpetrator. And so I actually had to reach out to him and be like, hey, what's going on? What you doing? Tiefing on Langston campus. So yeah, that's a thief. So what we do with thieves, I won't mention on the air, but yeah, we could deal with that accordingly. So we got our ways.
Everybody better get around. Y'all better take y'all belt off and whale him. That's another word for y'all today. Whale him.
Yeah, we
Cut him.
do. We have similar methods of discipline.
Ain't no way you going all the way to Oklahoma to be touching something that don't belong to you. That
His mommy ain't give him that speech, you see? That's all that sound like. Your mommy give you that speech before you get on that plane.
Listen, because I surely got that speech from my mommy before I started working in the bank and say, come sit down. You better don't be touching.
Going there?
Don't go in there touching things for the yours.
Belong to you.
Dog. Yeah, that's a T. I'll be spelling that T
TIEF.
Yeah.
TIEF. What the saying is? A thief is
A liar is a thief, and
a
a
thief, and
thief,
a
and
thief
thief is
is
a
a murderer.
murderer.
It ain't murderer, it's murderer.
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 I need to put it on
So,
a shirt.
so let me give you all, since we get going our little week in review. My only know week in review, but what happened today, right? I went to Popeyes today to get my wings because I ain't had time to stop and make some need before we started recording, and there was nobody in there. And there was a lady in the front of me. I guess it's her daughter, whoever, teenager. And she got served. And while the girl was serving her, whatever she ordered, obviously come with a drink. The girl giving her the regular size cup. She wanna ask for the bigger size cup. She's like, I can't get the. And I'm like, so and plus the cashier, she was like a younger person. You could see like just probably like maybe her first job or something, fresh out of high school. So days be like those days don't want to ruffle no feathers because I know I shouldn't do this, but because I knew when I scanned, like I ain't gonna tell the customer no. So like she gave her a larger cup. So she didn't give her a larger cup. And then for the second combo, she's giving her a regular size cup again. And the woman's like, I can't get the larger cup.
Listen, you just
right? And I'm like,
just
Joseph,
a little blind man.
right? Because what happened was she ordered a soda and she ordered a lemonade. And the soda you can get from the fountain that's in the lobby, but the
Right.
lemonade is in the back.
By the box, right?
Right? So when the girl tell her, oh, give her the first cup, guess for for a soda, and she tell her, oh, the next one, the lemonade have to come from the back.
Mm-hmm.
She said, oh, I can't get a bigger cup, and I'm like, woman. So like to add to this story, the chicken wasn't ready yet, right? She told the girl, the girl told the lady, it could be another 10 minutes if you willing to wait. So she said, yeah. So I didn't make my order. Be standing there. She come to the counter. Oh, the chicken ain't ready yet, And I'm like, bitch, that don't even like 5 minutes. Like, only thing came to my mind is like, some people just born greedy. Like, you've been greedy all your life. And she wasn't small. This belly was hanging over. This waist. Because the shirt, because when she's leaning across the counter, the shirt wasn't covering it all the way. So I was like, miss, it's just chicken. The chicken ain't ready yet. And I'm like, only thing's what to mind is when my boyfriend would say, the people who just go to school for lunch. Like, that was your favorite subject in school. You just go to school for lunch. The woman said 10 minutes. Literally, it was maybe between 3 to 5 minutes. I don't think people just grasp the concept of time. So when the girl go and check it, she said, oh, it's another 4 on the mild and another 6 on the spicy.
Mm-hmm.
So I done getting my food now. The girl taking up her food. She come back to the counter. Oh, I want that piece they put in there. I'm like, this woman doing too much. And I was like, oh, this Johnson mentality need to stop. It's
At this
like,
point, she needs to go home and cook.
I was about to say, you want particular pieces of meat? Sound like you need to go to the butcher.
she wanted the
You
bread.
need to
She
go
wanted
to
the
your
bread.
house and
'Cause
season up your meat. Do it yourself.
Because fast food places now, they charge by which piece of meat.
The part, yeah.
Yeah. Dark, white, the large piece, whatever. So like usually if you get a 2-piece, it'll be a small piece. If it's a dark meat, it'll be like the thigh and the leg. A big piece and a small piece. If it's the breast and the wing, that's white meat and costs a little bit more, whatever the case may be. So obviously you already ordered the dark meat, and which is just the thigh and the leg. So the girl putting the pieces in the box. And now she got like the 2 other workers like on edge because it's like, you doing the most. She's like, I can't. She say so they only trying to pass the buck because I won't be the one to get in trouble
Right.
in the situation. So that's what. Oh, she say she want the breast and the thigh. So you want the 2 big piece from the 2 from dark and white,
Right.
and you ain't pay for it. So you done get a couple extra ounces from the cups. You want them rush the chicken, and when they done get the chicken, you want the 2 biggest pieces.
Yeah, that can't
I was like, oh, I have to keep this for the show because this is just too funny.
This Carmichael?
Yeah.
What? Listen to me.
And it's be like, it's behavior like that why businesses go under. It's like y'all expect businesses just to give away their stuff. If I was to give away my stuff to everybody, I'll fold.
Right. You'll never make a profit.
They always assume, oh, they have it, they making money, they get spared that. You don't know
No,
that.
ma'am. No, ma'am. You don't know what you're on behind these closed doors.
So
Exactly.
no. So yeah, that was my little joke of the day. People just hot up for chicken, Popeyes. I was like, oh yeah, Popeyes come Michael. I feel like kind of if people the church, I'd be like, ah Lord. If they manage to roll around, they're not all of my problems.
Right.
Because of one greedy heifer who want extra drink and extra chicken. Like
Yeah, they basically
ma'am,
kids
you get
now that
what
work
you
behind
paid
work in these
for.
places.
yeah. Because they
basically
was baby
kids.
faces. In there, they was baby faces in there. They just started working there. So
Damn,
they feel
man.
kind of intimidated, you know. I don't want to tell the customer no, and I want them row. So, but they'll have the growing pains. They'll learn. Don't lose your job for some chicken now. That make no sense.
They don't.
So
And
let's get
and you have to be so respectful. You have to be so respectful for these like fast food places because I feel so bad for them. Because
exactly.
I know this weekend, like I feel like I still go there and say good morning and they still say thank you and like have a good day and like I don't know, I guess Scotia might give me like a training or whatever. You know, that hello to goodbye experience, so I make sure everybody gets it. Girl, you just dropping everything over there.
I don't know, man.
So
having a dime.
So that was my day in Popeyes. Anthony, you had any interesting events this week or today? Because clearly me and Yuri had them.
No, the only thing I can think about is how you talking about the little children. Me and the package in there was talking about how the McDonald's staff around the corner from us, like whenever the little children in charge. So McDonald's on the weekend is go 24 hours, right? So Friday to Sunday, 24 hours.
Mhm.
But for the life of me, we was trying to figure out, but Jesus, why they put the children on at night?
You have energy?
Hold on,
They've been
because
in the
you
club
can't.
otherwise.
This particular one in Panorama, you cannot leave the children to their devices. Every time the children on, guarantee it, they can make a mistake. So I'm trying the McDonald's Big Arch. So all the Big Arch is the quarter pounder and the Big Mac minus the third piece of bread, the middle bread. That's all it is. So I said I want the sandwich with tomato because I think a sandwich without tomato is weird.
It's a little
Okay, I
dry.
agree. Okay, yeah.
It's a little dry.
Right, it's weird.
Right.
So that's all we asked for. Just tomato. Just give me the tomato. Why when the sandwich come out? And it also supposed to have two patties. Two patties. So sandwich come out. First they said, "Oh, can you pull over into slot number 0?"
I know something wrong.
So I was
that
like,
bullshit. It's like this
I
is
think
complicated. Why is it to pull on the side? We'll come to you.
First of
I
all-
hate that.
First of all, the second that we recognized that we was getting pulled over, we was like, this could be mess up. And we was like, for real. As soon as we got to the window, first of all, let me backtrack. And we saw that the child was no more than 17. We was like, it's over for us tonight. Count it all like it's over for us tonight. As soon as we heard, oh, hi, good night, mom. I was like, As soon as I saw those braces, I was like, it's a wrap.
They try to earn a little
It's a
extra
wrap.
pay to pay for their books.
Right. And mind you, I love that because I was like, get your first little monies. I love it.
Yeah.
You know, $15 an hour. Love that for you. But as soon as I saw those braces, I was like, it's a wrap for me and this food tonight. It's a wrap. Get to the next window. The girls say, oh, we just need a couple more minutes. Again, braces. We just need a couple more minutes.
I know they don't give each other mono in there.
We just need a couple more minutes for your food. So can you pull up into slot 0? So I was like, slot 0? Yeah, slot 0. And I was like, 0? I had to get like Dara Miller. 0. He said, yeah. Mind you, there's no slot 0 out there. That's why I had to keep repeating it.
So what? Oh, what's O?
There is
It's
1 to
one.
10, Yuri. It's slot 1
1
to 10. Slot 1 to 10. So I say, you know what? Let me just pull up here in slot number. It's slot
One.
number 1. So I just reverse it. there, and then the little boy, hot, like I can't make this up. My boy skipped from the door to my car. I was like, this is why you can't let the little children be to their own devices at night. He
It's
skipped from
funny.
the door straight to my car, and I was like, had fun? He's like, huh?
Oh
I
my
was like, what
goodness.
do you mean? I was like, I mean, you skipped here. I just want to know, had fun? He's like, I did. I said, all
The,
right,
work,
bet.
the workforce is changing. The workforce is changing.
Trying to make his
So I
job
say,
happy, man. He was just happy to do his job.
I said, let me ask you a question. Because I asked him, I call him by his name. I said, let me ask you a question. Where slot 0 is? He said, slot 0? Is there a slot 0? I said, I asked you. You work here. He said, I don't know. And then proceeded to go look. I said, come back here. Come back here.
You sound just like Patty.
I said,
That's something Patty would do.
come back here. I said, I only play it. I said, let me get the food. He said, oh, okay, here's your big arches. I said, okay, thank you, baby.
I need to
I
try
go about
that.
my business. Theron was like, why you do that to that little boy? I said, I just wanted to know what was gonna happen. Get home. Open up this sandwich.
Oh God.
Just
There was
tomato.
no tomato.
Huh?
There was no tomato. They had
After all of
chip on
that,
there. There was no tomato, and my sandwich only had one
one patty.
patty. I was like, you have one job.
At this
You have
point,
one job.
They-
And then Theron on, it had the 2 patties and but 4 tomatoes. And listen, they put all the tomatoes on that one.
we had to
And
split. We had to
then
split.
when he tried, however they freaked the sandwich up, like they really just throw the sandwich together. Theron tried to bite the sandwich and literally everything just fell apart. Theron was like,
Mm-mm.
why does leave the I said exactly. Why don't leave the little children to their devices? Don't.
The frontal
Every
lobe
time.
being formed, yes, man. The frontal lobe being for this form.
Every
That's
time.
what I chalk youth up to now. Like after learning that fact, I'm like, when I see young people under the age of 25 doing dumbness, I feel like the frontal lobe being formed yet.
It's just
And ain't nobody
immaturity.
there to
Like
guide them.
yeah.
It's
I
like
think that's what it is.
they
It's
need
like
guidance.
it's a
They
lack
need
of
it.
guidance.
They
I had a
molds still
lot of
open.
guidance.
hand.
I had a
Their
lot of
molds,
guidance in my early 20s, but I was just rebellious.
their molds still open, man. You gotta guide them.
You have to. It's so essential. It's like I have to play parent and student here sometimes, dog. It's crazy. I'm like, this is just common sense, but like when you really sit down and like analyze and evaluate, it's like we in that era now where children having children.
Yeah.
We in that space now. So
But
like,
we been there though.
no, I know, but like you
Because
seen like,
when you look at the gaps with your Grammy and your mommy, you be like,
mm-mm.
It's
My
like
gap is
that's
20
like
large.
years
huh?
difference.
My
It's like
gap is
20-year
large
differences. It's like
What happened?
because
2020. It's like a 20-year difference. Like between my
yeah,
mom and
like
Grammy's 20 years. Between me and mommy's 20 something years.
My
And I'm just
man, her
like,
mom was 17.
mine is
okay,
31.
and I'm just like, what's going on?
They was babies having babies.
Right, my mommy had me when she was 31, so I been an old soul.
Yeah,
Right. Because
but
see,
So
at
I
that
did
point, she was mature. So
right.
that's why Yuri the way he is. He's
So
like,
like,
no, I ain't doing that.
but see, with my mommy, even though her mommy had her when she was 17, like literally, well, 18, but she got pregnant at 17 because she had my mommy 2 weeks after her birthday. Her birthday's the
Mhm.
15th, my mommy's birthday's on the 31st. So, but the difference is her mommy ain't raise her. Her Grammy raised her. So
Right.
that was the guidance. But that was children having children.
Right.
Them children been having children. When I see some of these TikToks and all, but these people doing like 3 and 4 generations in a video, and then you do the math, you be like,
This math, what's going on?
so everybody just a teen mom? Like, what the
Right?
fuck? You just
As we say, y'all ain't break this generational curse. That's what it
keep
is.
it on the tradition? It's like, let's do the math. Oh, carry the
math is hard,
2,
my friend.
like, that's like 15. What are you talking? Ain't nobody making me no Grammy at no 30. I can tell you that. But, I mean, I ain't had none yet, so I ain't got to fare that anyhow.
But you know what I mean? Like at the same time, it's like I see it on both sides now. Because having a baby now in your 30s is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. It hard. It hard. Like the earlier you have a child, awesome sauce because the bounce back is much better. The bounce back now ain't as quick. It ain't.
You see
Because
the
when this
energy.
child gets up in the middle of the night, I just be like, yo, bro, all I want to do is sleep. What are you doing?
I want to sleep right now.
Yuri, I'd have been on my couch, dribbling right now. Dribbling. And I was because I sleepy. I want to sleep. I sleepy.
Listen, after this, I'm gonna see y'all.
I dribbling. If every know we gotta stay online to upload, big man.
I
All right,
sneak,
turn
I
my
sneak me,
fan, and that's it.
I sneak me some
Open the window,
days.
sleep on the couch, let the breeze just take you away.
Listen,
Listen, I'm watching A Different World, and Mr. Gaines, who owns the Pit, the little restaurant on campus, and he said, "Oh, I have a hot day tonight." He said with some Epsom salt and a pumice stone, right? And I'm like,
I
"That's right.
understand, boo.
That's real life, though.
I know
That's
what you
real
mean.
life."
I was saying yesterday, man, I need to soak.
He said, "That's real life, though. I just want to go home and like that's a date for me. Let me go home and just, oh,
Because when this little boy talk about, it's 2 o'clock, mommy, I feel like being up right now. Let's just party, and I'm just like, sweet boy, go to sleep. It's not
yeah."
like this is the sun is sleeping. We should be sleeping right now. Let's do that. You can't fuss a child because I mean, I up. Let's party. What you supposed to do?
Go back to sleep.
I can't leave a child to his own devices. Unfortunately, I can't do that.
Come like hold it right there. Come, let's go back to sleep. Come, come. And I could put him right under these bosoms. Come, come. Stand lay back down. Come. If not, then I drop him on him. I go. Girl, take your kid. I on vacation. Take your kid. Cause I don't even let my own man roll me over at 3 o'clock in the morning. So this man won't.
But he's so cute.
Mm-mm.
3 o'clock in the morning, that little boy's not cute. I don't want nobody to sleep. 3 o'clock in the morning, that don't be cute, dog. What though? That don't be cute. 3 a.m. Why are your eyes looking at me?
Because I want to play Get Up.
Close these. I just hear there like, close your eyes.
Mommy, I want to play Get Up.
So speaking of people who like to play with the young, allegedly, let's get into this Drake album. Let's get into this Drake album. Everybody challenged us to listen to the Drake album.
Yes.
It's 20 tracks. The title of the album with him and Partynextdoor is Some Sexy Songs for You, which was released on Valentine's Day. That's how us Bahamians is pronounced it, Valentine's Day. And honestly, I didn't listen to it.
Yeah.
I know of some songs due to TikTok, and but we still gonna go through the album. We're still gonna go through it. So be prepared for my critique. I can tell you that right now. Be prepared for mine. But let's get into it.
I can't remember all the tracks. I haven't listened to all the tracks. But what I would say, like, out of 10, I would give it a 7.5, 8. The most.
An 8?
Okay, so Yuri gives it a 7.5. I listened to the whole thing, and I was like, no. For me, it's a no. No, for me, it's a no. There were.
How many say no?
For me, it's a no. Because for me, it's a no. I was like, no. The first track was no. It's a no. It was just trash for me. I was
What
like,
was the name of it?
CN Tower.
Oh, no,
Okay.
yeah, I wasn't feeling that.
I was like, I don't know what's going on here. And I was like a minute in, and I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I can't remember, like, tracks, so that's a bad thing.
And that's the thing. Person's critiques of it was it's 20 songs, which is a very long album. 20
Hmm.
songs, and out of the 20 songs, most people say they only like between 5 to 7.
Right.
Oh, you're right. Because
Because
they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They have like 9. They have 920. 920, 9 times 5 is 45%.
mm, and you gave that a 7?
Give it an 8.
I mean, the most. For what?
For
For,
But it's the
me,
whole
I
album,
I
though.
can't,
for
out
what I
of
hope.
10, I can't give you more than like you say 45%. I can't give you more than 4 out of 10 because it wasn't even average. It was
But
I looking at
Trash.
my notes now to see exactly
I
what
haven't finished
song.
everything. I haven't finished everything. So,
I finished the whole thing and I
no,
was
I
like
finished everything. I'm going to go try again. I don't know
I
when,
finished the
though.
whole thing and I was
And
like,
you do
nah,
people.
bro. And even the song that they keep playing, the Nokia
That
and
one could
Give Me a
pass.
Hug, I was like, no, I didn't really feel Nokia like that.
I could hear
Um,
Nokia. I could hear, like, it's not a song that I would bop in my car, right? But
mm,
I can hear the replay value, like, because somebody made a good point. You could hear this in the skating rink. Like in
Mm.
okay,
ATL, you could hear it in the skating rink. You could hear it, like, in the club, something to mix with because of that house music vibe in the background. Who's calling it? Is it thing thing? Is it thing? So it'd give you that catchy bopping in the club vibe. So it could
right.
pass. Is it the best song? No, but it could pass. It have that catchiness for the non-frontal lobe people. You know? I didn't listen to Give Me a Hug. That's the one, and he was like, he was trash talking some people.
Give me a hug. And I was like, why are y'all listening to this? Like he kept saying that over and over. And then after a certain point, I was like, enough.
He needs a hug.
Enough.
He needs a hug.
Give me a hug. Give
He
me a
wants some
hug. I was
love.
like, enough.
He
It
begging for
just
love.
it honestly just got annoying. I was like, no.
But
Immediately no.
and he was throwing some shots on that song.
With
Mm.
Kendrick, there was literally just one line, I think. One
Oh,
line.
when he say F or rap beef, I'm trying to get the
Yeah,
party
that's
lit.
it. And I was like,
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like,
that's
yeah,
what y'all
yeah.
talking about. He answering. I was like, if y'all don't go sit down
and it's
somewhere.
still a lie because you got litigation, so it's still a
Exactly. Because
lie. So
if you didn't care, you would drop it.
yeah, exactly. So,
So you really do care. Don't act like you don't. Another song that kind of hurt my feelings was I saw that it hurt my feelings because he right here have a song with Yabba.
who?
And I don't know if
Yeah,
y'all know
well,
Yabba,
the British
Miss
rap,
Evergreen.
the British singer.
That one, Yabba. Yabba
Mm-hmm,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
is an
boy.
awesome vocalist. Okay, she's amazing. Her voice is like
Yeah, she have all
angel
kind of
singing. Her
range.
voice is gorgeous.
Yeah, she have like
So
fluid
you take
range.
this beautiful vocalist and use her on a hook, and it was trash. And I was like, "What
But he
the
did a sample, or she was
no?"
actually
No,
featured.
She was
featured.
in featured in the song, and I was
Well, I
like,
blame her too.
"This how you use Yabba?"
You take the check for
Yeah, she taking the
trash.
money. Yeah,
I
yeah.
say, my God. I say immediately no. Immediately. I was like, no, this ain't making sense. The whole album, 21 songs.
And then the next one, what everybody was like, what the F? Padre.
Oh my God,
Oh,
that?
I want to meet your
yeah,
madre, introduce you to your padre. Mi
yeah,
amor.
yeah, yeah. That was
I say,
yeah,
Drake. I
yeah,
say, somebody please cue the Soldier Boy song.
Drake.
yeah. That wasn't it.
I think because they said they started getting to the numbers game about it as well. Because when Kendrick dropped GNX, Drake stance is like GNX flopped because he sold 300 something thousand in the first week, right?
Mm-hmm.
In their eyes, to Drake fans, it's a flop. So they said, okay, let's see what Drake numbers can do. So this album in the first week didn't even sell 250K.
Whoa.
So if your rationale that Kendrick is beneath Drake and he did 300,000 and you consider that a flop,
Mm-hmm.
what do you call somebody who you say is of bigger magnitude selling less than him?
Right.
It was a flop.
Yeah.
Flippity flop flop.
Flippity. Yeah.
And what made it worse is you was advertising this for a long time.
He was.
Long time. Yes, he was advertising this from last year.
Yeah, because
Got
he
him.
actually remember he just drop albums. He believed he's Beyonce. He just says, boop, just pop him out, and people just be like, "Oh, Drake, 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 Drake." But
Nah.
I think he couldn't do that this time because of all the slack with Kendrick. So he had to do some promoting. I think he
Yeah.
came out of pocket with those too. I can't remember
Ooh.
if he, because he's still going through it with UMG with negotiations. Look at me wobbling on the word negotiations and stuff. So I don't know if they pay for the advertising and whatnot.
Yeah.
I would be hard pressed to think that they would actually come out of pocket while you're trying to sue me
Yeah.
to pay for stuff.
Yeah. Only Drake. I think only Underground Kings was that album that really like broke the internet. Like he just dropping everybody like went crazy.
Hmm.
Um. Was it Underground Kings? No, it's Take Care. The Take Care. Was it Take Care? The one where he was
Take
like,
Care was his biggest.
yeah, when you're
And
sitting in
half of the
the
album wasn't
block.
his.
Ooh.
Early
So
in
there's
the
that.
afternoon.
There's that. Half of the album wasn't even his.
That was a
I
good
was
album.
I was trying to explain that to a classmate because they was having this debate in the chat. Oh, and not to get too much back into the Kendrick versus Drake scenario, but
Hmm.
we're having they was having a debate talking about that Drake is a better artist than Kendrick, and I had to respond. I was like, if you want to use the word artist, no,
Hmm.
Drake is not an
Performer.
artist.
He's a
He's an
Drake is a
performer.
entertainer.
performer.
Entertainer, yeah.
I
Drake's an
said an
entertainer.
artist is somebody who has their own craft. They take you on
Right.
a journey, all of that.
Right.
I said now, has he done numbers? Yes, he has. Has he had major projects? Yes, he has. I said, but if you now compare his, since we want to have this whole better artist debate, if you compare his catalog versus Kendrick's catalog, and you want to put his hits versus Kendrick's hits, now out of those hits, which one of those are 100% of each artist? I'll wait. Because
Right.
if you go with the Take Care album, everybody know half of the album was the weekend songs that he took from him. And he just sang it
More
over.
like three quarters, but okay, go ahead. Go off. Go off.
He literally had the weekend in a sweatshop pushing out records and throw them on the Take Care album, sing them over, and he passed them off as his own. And that's why him and the weekend fell out. Because you signed this boy, you promised him a project, and all you doing was taking his work. So like when you compare catalogs, can you really say Drake is a better artist than Kendrick when a lot of his shit ain't even his? Like all kind of reference tracks that come out, all kind of people that say who write for you, people that tell you like this way he got it from. Like the fact that people was pulling receipts of these underground artists
Right.
that he literally took their music from and just sang it over is insane. And I was
Crazy
like,
enough. Crazy enough because it's the same thing happened with Party Next Door, and there was a TikToker who went through it. You know the guy who I sent you, who was be like, Drake had a problem. The way with the flats, and he went through it with Party Next Door. So I was actually pretty shocked that Party Next Door went and did a collaboration with him again. And I was like, the only way I could see you doing a collaboration with him is if you must he was trying to back out of this deal with OVO. I That for me is the only way I could see him doing this because you
but
get
it's
swing the
even
first
saying,
time.
but the setup of the album, people were saying that Party isn't really too much on it. It's like you just sprinkle
Uh,
him like on one or two songs to call it a collaboration, but the majority of the album was just Drake.
so Party was on one,
They say he's like on
two,
6 songs.
three, four.
uh,
No man, he
yeah,
was
he wasn't
on.
on much. He wasn't on. I haven't heard him on much though.
If it's a
Let me check
collab,
now.
if
He
it's
should
a
be on.
collab,
He
it
should be
should
on
be
at least.
equal.
Yeah.
Right, and no, but then like there were certain tracks where it was just solely Drake, and then there were tracks that was just solely Party, and like
Mm.
the song Deeper. Deeper was Party's song. I just wrote no, no, no.
Party at the party playing with his notes now.
Did you hear Spider Man, Superman? Listen,
I like
the
that one.
lyrics were laughable,
Yuri said he liked
but
it.
I like
what
that
I
one.
did like was the cool use of the sample. He did a sample of his previous track, "The Real Her," and I was like, "That awesome!
That's
That
why.
was awesome!" Because I was like, I said, I can't fault you for having so much of a catalog to the point where you could go and sample your own songs. I think that's cool. I do think that that's cool. And the next one where I thought was a nice sample was oh, I think it was
Let me look at my track list
Small
to see
Town
that.
Fame. because I think
Let me
it
see
had
if
a
I have that
nice
one.
piece. You couldn't help but just bob your head to it. It was nice. It was nice.
I don't have that one. I have something about you, crying in Chanel, Spider Man
Crying in
Supermar,
Chanel.
Girl, I have awful for that. Awful. Lyrics was
small
trash.
small town fame, Pimmy's Dilemma. I
Oh
like
yeah,
that
Pimmy's
one.
on my list too. Pimmy's is nice. It was
Um,
it was beautiful vocals, but
the
these lyrics
vocals,
got me
yeah,
like,
yeah.
is this what dating like nowadays? Sounds like y'all fighting for your life out here in these streets.
It is. It's trash in there.
Brian
It's
Steele raining in Houston, and Lisa. I was raining in Houston this weekend, but I'll leave that for another day.
Oh, so here was my take on that, Brian Steele.
Gina. She
Brian
gets that.
Steele. What?
She... what? What's the title of the song? Something in Houston.
Raining in Houston.
Okay.
RAI
Oh my
and
god, I
ING.
gotta stop.
Mhm. Ooh.
He said he'd say that for later.
But Brian Steele, I was like cute because you know the Brian Steele books, right? But
Brian or Danielle?
was it Brian Steele or Daniel Steele?
It's
Danielle
Brian
Steele,
Steele.
eh?
It's Daniel Steele is the
It's
books. It's the
Books.
Daniel
romantic
Steele.
novels.
Oh, okay. Brian Steele. My notes was he sounded like Young Baby, and it wasn't Drake's flow. I didn't like that because Drake has a sound when he raps. And I recognize
Mm,
that this is probably the thing that Kendrick was talking about, with you trying to mimic everybody. And you don't have to do this
you're not a
because,
colleague. You colonizer.
right, there's no reason for this. You trying to sound like Young Baby, you trying to sound like the Jamaican Toronto people. I don't like that accent. It's trash. I hate it.
Tell me your
Yo,
cheese and fam.
yeah, and my thing is there's no reason for y'all to sound like that. Who y'all trying to be? Y'all sound like Kong Salad. Next, right up. Y'all
Kapunka.
need to get it together. Get it together over there. And I was like, the perfect example of a Drake flow, like his original flow, would probably be on. Oh, and I had it in my head. Got to go back to the library for Drake. Perfect flow would be all me with him and Two Change and Big Sean.
Do I remember that?
Dun, 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 all
Uh,
me.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like that song.
I remember. I
That's
remember.
his flow. And even in worst behavior, that's his flow. When he gets all like into it and gangster, I guess, that's his flow.
When he has his BlackBerry handy.
Oh,
Stop.
remember these? Remember these raps
You
on
would
the
be like this.
BlackBerry? Click, 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 click,
No,
click, click,
I'm
click, click,
just
click,
saying
click.
because I feel like people should never compare him to Kendrick because we have that footage of you quote unquote freestyling and you had your BlackBerry and you still couldn't catch the beat. I know, but all this what we doing today. Did you watch Flex? This is what we doing today, Flex. You come. No, you used to use a bottle rapper. Ain't no damn bottle rapper. Only thing you was bottling
Nah.
was them lines on the grassy. Stop. Stop. You are not a bottle rapper. This is why he's have to like disappear and put all his production into one song as a diss track, and then on top of that, the people be having him right. But nonetheless, but you are not a bottle rapper, my guy, and I think you should just understand that. And as I told you, there's a difference between a battle rapper or hip hop artist or MC, the proper word, and people who just commercial rappers. There's a big difference. I don't consider Nicki a battle rapper either.
Nikki is a thespian, so
Exactly, and she need to live into that. And that's what I told
listen.
people. I said, y'all is making Nikki carry on like she grew up in the hood. I mean, you might have grew up in the ghetto, but you ain't ghetto.
No,
Right. You went to theater school.
you went to theater school.
Theater. You studied theater,
Theater,
mom.
yeah.
Went to theater school,
Top
and
into
that's
that shit.
okay.
Make a bag.
And that's what
Like,
she did. Like she did
you're
characters on her
creative.
albums. She
You're
did characters
creative,
on her
man.
albums. So it's like,
Man,
stop. Like, yeah, you might grow
you
up
are
in the
not
ghetto, but
gangster.
you are
Please
not
stop.
ghetto. That's why when Cardi was about to throw that shoe at her, she Because Cardi bought that life. She bought that life. I gonna fight you. But Nikki ain't gonna fight
But
nobody.
I still got cases. I still
I
got
gonna fight
cases.
you. But that's the difference. Like, I just don't like when quote unquote artists, because I clearly that word's being used loosely, like feed into who you are. So putting it on this persona. And I don't like how, well, since we done finished talking about Drake and we now getting into the whole rap world, I don't like how people putting down Doechii, saying, "Oh, she trying to be like Nicki."
Nicki where?
No, I don't see it.
I would more push her to like a Missy than a
They say
Nicki.
it's like the new
And she's
Lauryn
a
Hill.
character, but y'all need to
Yeah,
She did
watch
theater
her
as
Tiny Desk
well.
performance. Her Tiny Desk performance.
Oh, she did theater as well.
Flames.
She did theater. She did musical theater. Because she always said she wanted to be on Broadway as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so she did musical theater. But what killed me was one TikToker, he put up a video comparing Nicki to Doja and not Doja, Doechii. Because she just recently did the
Doja Cat?
double squared runway fashion show.
Oh, yeah.
She walked the runway for them and she performed. And they were like, oh, and I guess say, oh, there's another one who frontal lobe being formed yet, right? Because you can see like he under 25. He well under 25. And so all he knows is Nicki, right?
Yeah.
And he's trying to say, oh, that Doechii is an industry plant because here's an example of how she biting Nicki style, because I guess it's the cadence of this flow that she did. It was similar to Nicki's, and he's trying to say, oh, she's an industry plant, and they're just trying to replace Nicki X, Y, and D, yada, yada, yada. First of all, Nicki done been on the back burner a long time. Before people even know who Doechii was, Nicki was done on the sidelines. Second of all, but this is what it was. It was a picture as well. It was a photo where she did this pose like this, and the shoulders in, and like the screaming face, and they did show it when Nicki was on one runway doing the same, like a red carpet doing the same thing. So somebody in the comments is
all
like,
the other models who've done that as well.
no, but my thing is, people was like, one, this was a pose that was made infamous by Grace Jones.
Oh,
Learn your history, boo. Grace Jones. And then other people was like, so where this energy was when Nicki was biting Lil Kim. See, but your brain only go that far because you literally born in this millennium.
right.
You born from 2000 after. Like, let's go back into the history books and let's look at Lil Kim. Even down to that pose where she had her legs butterfly open. Did Nicki not do the same thing with the lollipop? Who was calling themselves the Black Barbie first? Lil Kim. Nicki gonna carry that. Oh, why is the Black Barbie? It's like, but I excuse y'all. The frontal lobe still in there. But as a person who was listening to how many licks does it take to get to the center of the because honestly, Nicki still was never as freaky as Lil Kim.
No.
Because Lil Kim used to let Biggie sit on top of her.
Hey, that's not the thing about that.
Y'all remember the movie? Y'all watched the Biggie movie?
I did.
I watched that.
I watched it in theater. You didn't watch it with me?
You don't watch the Biggie movie?
I watched it in the movies.
I watched that.
Listen,
yeah, I watched it in the movies.
You might have watched that with Clayton, but you don't watch that with me.
They had a sex scene in there.
Yeah, Biggie do her bad. And I'm like,
yeah, they used to get
he do you like that, and you still was like the last side chick crying on this coffin. I was like, girl, Kim, you need to have some shame, girl. Y'all was dating, and he get married to somebody on you.
But
and when he did,
he needed a good girl to balance out, the whole industry type of thing. And that's
but allegedly Faith wasn't either though. Allegedly.
You know what was funny? That was ironic. She was not faithful.
Yeah, they said she allegedly was sleeping around too. So
with who?
Too bad.
But she's the dating Stevie J.
Oh well, Stevie J.
And then they got back together, years later after loving it pop, and then they still end up falling out because she stepped out on him again because it's BS.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Well, they say Stevie J is getting down too, so
that's what I mean.
Yes, he was in the Which lawsuit that was? The Diddy
The
lawsuit?
Diddy. His name
He
is
was
mentioned
mentioned
in
in
the
there.
Diddy
that really,
fiasco.
or was it the Spiral? What the producer name? Little something.
But the young producer, yeah, Stevie J was mentioned in that
And
lawsuit.
what that
But you
was
could
like
say
the
CBJ
best
have a little
one.
zest on him though.
Who
Yeah.
don't have zest right now? Like they a whole commercial. You're not fully clean unless you're zestfully clean. It's like y'all just can't go into the industry and keep your booty to yourself. Like y'all
Depends.
can't go home on time. When the people start bringing out the white powder, y'all just can't go home.
But
Like,
even Whitney said that. She said, I think in one of her documentaries, was it Whitney? If it wasn't Whitney, it was Michael or one of them. One of them said that when you get in the industry, there's nothing that these people won't provide for you. Bobby, it was Bobby. Bobby said the people used to come in the room in the hotel. They bring you breakfast, and along with the breakfast on the next tray is drugs, money, guns, whatever you need. Everything all
Not the
laid out. And you could
guns.
just pick, choose, and refuse.
the devil's workshop.
I
The
tell you.
devil's workshop. I want everybody to know who are viewers of Sunshine and Brought Up C. When we get our 8 to 9, 10 figures, we will not be in that world, okay?
Okay.
Uniparty and Mavis will not allow it.
Can't have it.
They will. you can imagine us in an hotel room and someone come with a tray of lines and they'll be like, girl, you know what mommy can say?
I'll let her call y'all real quick.
What the hell you want party kill me?
You don't take this from out here. You want to get beat at my big age. The hell?
If it ain't,
Crazy?
if it ain't naturally green, I don't want it.
No.
You said anything. I remember Bobby said you could pick, choose, or refuse. They got everything. Coke, drugs, sorry, not drugs. They have the coke, pills, refill. He said anything. And you could go and ask for a particular thing. They'll go there and they will find it for you and bring it back. I was like, wow.
Wow. So that's the industry, y'all. Don't. I know people just look at the glitz and glamour of. I always be, it's also be ironic is that the industry is no longer a secret. That what goes on there, and people still want to be in that world, and they believe that it won't happen to me. You ever saw the memes where they be like, when I see drug dealers and stuff getting rich, and if I choose to do that, God could use me as an example. I feel like that's what happened to me. I really feel like that's what happened.
You can use me as an example. No.
The one day I decide I can run drugs, it could be that's what I can get locked up.
Mugshots everywhere.
Or this when the bag explode in my belly and I can then.
Okay.
So you're like, and if you're like, there's no way the drug dealers getting away with this stuff all the time. And one time I can do it, God can use me as an example. So it's like, no, I can't take that risk.
I say not this you being on how to be a smuggler on National Geographic.
Yeah, like, no, that'll be the one day God gives me as an example, and I'm for it. I really ain't for it.
Oh, girl, I need to bathe, and I feel like bathing. That life is dead.
Coughing. Please bend over and cough.
Naked?
In front of people.
Like y'all in here. Girl, how you bend over and spread them.
And cough. And your shower is 60 seconds.
The water ain't even heat up good. That water cold.
Say the water ain't even heat up good, girl. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Wait, I gotta do jail? Jail? I don't know how people take their penitentiary chances, like Kendrick can say. Jail? Prison?
I don't want to sleep with no stranger. I don't know you.
And then if I look weak, and this is the catch-22. If you look weak, someone can take you as their bitch.
Right?
And then if you try to be the strong one, someone can fight you so they can be the alpha.
Yeah,
so it's like
shift.
I'm scared.
I'm alright. I'm good. I'm good off it.
Oh my god.
So you gotta try find that happy medium. Like I ain't no punk bitch, but but I ain't about that life.
Let me tell you what's really scary. You can imagine someone trying to fight you and they punch you in the face and you lose a tooth, a front tooth. A front tooth?
That's one of my biggest fears.
Oh my God.
Losing a tooth, especially in the front.
I have a really nice smile. I can't. You
I
can't.
like
I'll have to take
nobody.
I'll have to
No
take a day
way.
off and get that fixed immediately.
I'll find the money for that implant.
Good Lord.
Immediately.
With the quickness, I'll find the money for that implant. I tell my work, I work a remote till it's getting fixed. I ain't coming outside. Y'all can call me flicking hunchback because I ain't coming down from this bell tower. I am not coming outside.
Devil's a liar.
You know how much your face is changed when you're missing a tooth?
Drastically. You're a whole different person.
It's like
Why
everything
would
on you is
turn your-
changed when you're missing a tooth. Everything on you is changed.
Everything.
Thank-
Something have to go there. Implant,
You see that?
two grills.
That's weird.
You see that? Like I said, you said, oh no,
No,
oh
sir.
no.
No, ma'am. No, sir. I gotta break
Yeah.
down. I'll be like, y'all
Yeah.
gotta put me in the hole.
I ain't coming outside. I
Solitary
ain't coming outside
confinement.
till this get fixed. No.
Mm-mm.
So, in latest news, since we off of Drake, did y'all see the I would even call the press conference or the fiasco with President Zelensky and President Trump and Vice President Vance?
JD,
No.
JD. Yes. They too wild. Trump say, listen, you don't have no cards. You don't have no cards.
I don't
And
recall having
Zelensky
this
was throwing some
experience.
bars, okay? Zelensky could write for Drake, okay? Zelensky he said, the volume in your voice is getting louder, but the logic in your argument is not.
Hey. Let me tell you something.
Bars!
That's some Shakespearean shit right there.
And that's the trend that everybody's like, I using this from now on. The volume in your voice is increasing, but the logic in your argument is not.
That's crazy.
What was killing me was you could see the discomfort of everybody in the room. They was like, I need to come out of here.
They showed a picture of this lady. She is the Ukrainian ambassador for the US. And she had her face in her hand from the secondhand embarrassment that the president and the vice president was doing in there. It was literally, you remember used to watch the movies where it's the quiet kid who's just come to school to do his work, and then there's just all the jocks and the bullies who just like poke fun at him, like I could corner you just to make fun of you. That's what that was in real time. No exaggeration. It was high school on steroids for a grown ass man. Because this was what's the lady named something Green, her boyfriend, whatever. He really don't have no job in the White House, but he's be there. This man, for a grown ass man to ask the leader of a country, you're not even a leader of a country. You somewhere in this media circus, for you to ask the leader of a country, a sovereign nation, do you even own a suit?
Listen to me. And when he said, you know we going through a war, right? Like, I have time to be putting on a suit? My people out here suffering, my boy?
Zelensky's words to him was, he said, oh, maybe I'll put on the costume after I finish with this war. Because that's what he tell him to your face. What y'all wearing is costumes because there's a bunch of clowns in here. That was a nice way as Zelensky said, y'all a bunch of clowns in here. He said, maybe I'll put on the costume after this war is finished. You didn't have time to play. I got to go back on these battle lines in like a couple hours and you want to talk some F in my ass mode. Do you even own a suit? And everybody started cackling. It was high school. It was legit high school. I was embarrassed for Americans. And I was like, this is y'all vote for though. And all of
like the only thing that was like, I imagine that's exactly what those conversations are like behind closed doors. For me, I just didn't understand why it needed to be televised.
Because he wanted Putin to see.
I'm just like, this is not what you do. These conversations are never public. You all have these rows and whatever. And I'm sure they start on one another stink. I'm 100%. Oh, you think you come around here, but you carry your front. You know that's how this be carrying on in the back there. Why did that needed to? Nobody needed to know. Why did y'all let us behind the veil? We don't need to know everything. We don't.
Allegedly, U.S. media wasn't let in there, but Russian media was.
Mm.
So people are now saying that this was a setup. You was pandering to Putin. You want Putin to show you wanted to show Putin that you on his side. You see how I do him, you see how I carry on with him, I want you to know I on his side. Because they was literally trying to bully him into giving up
Belittle
something.
him. It was
Because
bullying. They was belittling him, and like it was just so unnecessary.
he's like, did you say thank you since you've been in this room?
Right, and I was like, but at the beginning of the speech, he started off with thanks. That was the first thing out of his mouth. So you weren't
And
listening,
And let me show you something. Let me show you something. I know that boy wanted to throw hands. You know why? Because he was sitting on the edge of that chair.
JD? Yeah,
He was sitting on the edge of that chair. He wanted to throw hands. And he had to remember there's a room full of people.
Yeah.
He was ready to throw hands. This boy is a war veteran. This boy is literally on the front lines fighting war. And y'all ain't never been through a struggle a day in your life. And y'all testing this boy right now?
Right.
This boy watching people get killed on the side of him, left, right, and center, because someone invaded him. And they're all in here talking S-H-I-T in his ass, but oh, you need to be humble and say thank you.
Mm-hmm.
He was literally, you go find the videos. He was sitting on the edge of that chair like this, hunched forward. He was ready to throw hands. I swear to God, he was ready to throw hands.
No,
in it.
but
Especially
even
when
beyond
when
that, if
Trump
you
did
look at
this. Trump
right,
did
the
this.
body language. The body language
Trump
was
tap
crazy.
him like this, like, hey, like I'm
and I was
talking
like,
to you.
why are you touching him?
He wanted to punch the frig out of him in there. Get
I
your
was
hands
like,
off of me.
this body language is crazy in this room right now. I was like, yo.
He was ready to throw hands. I
And then
swear.
JD said something along the lines of, no, Zelensky asked JD, have you seen what's going on in my country or something like that? And JD was like, I've seen the photos. So you don't know.
No.
You don't know. You don't. And you were on here pandering to me, boy. I was like, JD, you're looking kind of silly right now. This wouldn't, no.
They call him eyeliner.
Who?
JD Barnes, they call him eyeliner. Because when people kept saying eyeliner, eyeliner, I was like, who's that? Oh, him. Because like, when you see him, you look at him with an eyeliner. So they call him eyeliner. And I was like, Jesus
I
Christ.
just opened it now, and now I see it. I can't unsee it. I can't unsee it.
Yeah, but what was supposed to take place? He came there to actually sign a deal with the U.S. government, where the U.S. government would now have access to mine minerals in Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
So I let you have access to these precious minerals in my country. You now give me continued support, right, to fight Russia. So what they were literally doing was trying to bully him into this deal. You have to give us what we want if you want our help with this dude. Even though y'all know y'all working with this dude. Y'all is trying to get something else out of him. Is that enough? He fighting for his territory.
Mm-hmm.
On right, like literally fighting for his territory. And now you're going to use that against him to be like, we want your resources.
Yeah, we want your
and you have no
land,
choice. Give it to us. If you want help, you need to give it to us. And I was like, but you don't do that to an ally though.
Yeah,
and
that's
what pissed a lot of people off. Like, these are supposed to be your allies. You
Or you're
don't
trying to take over the
extort
country.
things or your allies. You don't extort something out of somebody who's supposed to be your friend. And that's what they was doing. That was pure extortion in real life. Like, oh, you want some more help? Give us what
Give
we
us some
want.
of your money. Yeah.
But
So the deal wasn't signed, and Zelensky left early. They canceled the remaining of the press conference, and he dipset and he gone. And then he went to the UK. The UK said, "We'll give you money. We'll give you help." And this is where the US is now shooting themselves in the foot, because you believe that, oh, if you only beefing with Ukraine, or you beefing with Mexico, or you beefing with Canada, that these are isolated situations. But the whole world looking at you, because you know what happened thereafter. You know what happened thereafter after that whole big shindig? Norway.
listen,
Norway refused to fuel their US battleships.
Oh.
It's like, oh, this how y'all just carry on. Turn around.
They didn't like it. The company that fills the ships, they's like, yeah, no, we didn't like what we saw, and y'all go figure that out.
Yeah, turn around.
But apparently today the government stepped in and was like, no, they said y'all gotta give to our allies. We don't want no smoke. Yeah. So
But
they pretty much forced the hand of the company. Like, go ahead and do it. That's our ally. We don't want to hinder our allies from doing what they need to do. And I was
but I
like,
but I feel like I
mm,
feel like other things like that is going to happen,
it will, because
especially from the European nations.
yeah, because it was just poorly done. Like, if you want the minerals or whatever, there should have been a better way to have this conversation. Again, we shouldn't have been allowed behind the veil in the first place.
See, the issue that especially the European countries are having is if you as the US see no qualms with somebody invading another country.
Hmm.
If you see no qualms with that, because let's face it, they done Russia took Crimea.
Hmm.
Now they came after Ukraine. Because just remember, all these countries used to be a part of the USSR
Yep,
before
Federation.
part of the Russian Federation. And Putin's trying to put these
He
pieces
wants
back
he
together.
wants the Federation back together. He don't
Together.
like that it's all broken. I want.
Right?
Hmm.
So he literally invaded Ukraine. And this was also Zelensky told Vance. He was like, you talking about diplomacy. So here it is, this man invaded our territory.
Hmm.
We sat down and said, oh, we're going to come to the ceasefire. And then he now proceeds to violate said ceasefire.
Yep.
And you want me just sit back and say, okay, take my country. No. So Zelensky's stance was fine. You don't want to help me? If me and my man have to go down swinging, we could go down swinging. But we ain't gonna just say, okay, we give up here and see our stuff. Yeah, if you gotta kill us. But you ain't
Yeah.
gonna take it. It's like some 300 type shit that's going on, right?
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
remember if you watch 300, when he's like, it's only 300 of us, and if we got a dad out here, we got dad out here to
Yeah,
protect
but
our country,
yeah, because we ain't giving up no land off air.
right? But Europe is like, if he's doing this to a small nation like Ukraine, what is going to stop him from attempting this to do to other nations
Right.
Oh
within
no, they're
Europe?
not gonna stop. Yeah, they're not gonna stop. We can hit those
And
small
that's what people are
countries.
saying.
Hmm.
Like, this man is a
Wow,
psychopath. What's going to stop him from trying to quote unquote get world domination?
assassination. Well, that didn't work.
So that's the biggest thing in Europe specifically, because everything is separated just by a line in the ground. You see, like, y'all separated by water.
With water, yeah.
This is a line in the ground. What's stopping him from after he take over Ukraine? I now
Mhm.
stretch my territory to Ukraine, which is now considered Russia. If I take it over, what
Territory.
is stopping him from taking over the country next to it and continue going and going and going and try to take over the whole of Europe? And Trump could be like, "Oh, you're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with
Right.
World War III." Zelensky said, "I'm not playing cards. I'm being serious right now."
Oop.
Right? That was funny. He said, "You have no cards to play."
He said, "I'm not playing
Play
cards.
cards.
I'm being serious. I'm not playing cards."
Like this
And
ain't a game.
and then the line that really ticked Trump off was when Zelensky said, "He said you're not feeling it now because you have a nice ocean between you." He said, "But you're gonna feel it."
Right.
So
So
Trump's
Trump
like,
was like,
"You have no right to tell us what we're gonna feel. You have no right
"Can't
to
tell me
tell
what
us
we're
what we're
gonna
gonna
feel."
feel." Zelensky just in Bahamian vernacular, all Zelensky is saying, today for me, tomorrow for you.
Tomorrow for you.
Right. And I was like, y'all around here playing kissy face with Putin, and Putin only looking out for him and his people.
Yeah, that's
You
all
can't
Zelensky
blame
trying to
Putin for
say.
doing that. Like, okay, it ain't right what he's doing. It ain't right. The whole invasions thing, you want your federation back together. Cool. There should be a way to do it. But the whole warring, taken,
It's
like,
it's
no, there
unnecessary.
has to be a better way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all Zelensky say, today for me,
Tomorrow for
tomorrow for
you.
you, baby. Tomorrow for you. He say, you're gonna feel it. I mean, Trump got off it. You can't tell us how to feel. But Yuri, you really need to go find that clip. Like, that went viral. And like I said, that was so disgusting. It's like a part of me, like, because I come to visit everybody next month.
Oh
And
no.
usually I was making a little pit stop in the US to pick up 1 or 2 things and then go there. A part of me, like, I don't want to go to the US.
You know?
They embarrassing people right now, and they it's like it's sad that we are allies with them at the moment.
Only because geographical proximity.
Right?
And it's like it's just scary because like if you do this to other countries, like these mega nations, what the frick you can do to us?
trying to make
If
us a
if we
territory.
decide to tell you kiss our ass, like
That's right. They can say, y'all can be y'all are going to be a part of us. They'll be just like Puerto Rico.
Puerto
no,
Rico, St. Croix, St. Thomas, USVI, Part 2. We're
Mm,
not having that though.
no, Bahamian think of that. I think that's a part of us where the pride is be like,
Mm-mm.
you like we
I
ain't
think
gonna have
it's at
that.
that point that we have to go back to Grammy. Oh, it's Granddaddy. Hey, oh
This
Jesus,
granddaddy.
Granddaddy
Jesus.
Jogs.
And I really think that's one of the reasons why most nations do not F around with Caribbean nations. Because you really don't want to deal with the crown.
Right.
Like you really want to have a beef with the UK? Just leave it
Yeah.
alone. I
Keep
don't
it.
want that. And then on top of that, most of the Caribbean nations are Commonwealth nations as well.
Right.
It's like you don't go down that road.
Leave us
You don't
alone.
go down that road. So you leave the babies alone right there.
Leave us alone.
You leave them babies alone right now.
Mhm.
Because think of it as a Commonwealth nation, I think.
Who that?
Is it? No, I lie. Japan is not a Commonwealth nation. It's not.
I think is it?
But I know they're an ally.
Research.
Mhm.
They're an ally in World War II. I know for sure that Japan is an ally from World War II. Google. Just was gotta learn y'all thing because you remember yourself Commonwealth Day in school.
Yeah.
For those listening in Radio Land and looking on watching on YouTube, Commonwealth nations. Let me say that this is a group of nations around the world. It's
Intergovernment organization of 56 countries. Japan is not one.
yes. So the Commonwealth nations is a group of countries that share political and legal traditions with the United Kingdom. The Commonwealth was founded in 1931 by the United Kingdom Parliament. The headquarters are in London.
Mhm.
So, how much nations you said it is?
It's 56.
This one's saying 53. Okay,
Hold on, I see our name.
be right there,
Oh,
boo.
the Bahamas. There we go. Oh, put some respect on our name. The Bahamas.
So you have countries in there, like I say, countries in the Caribbean,
Antigua,
Barbados,
Barbuda,
Dominica, Jamaica, South
Barbados, Belize,
right, and then you have bigger nations like Canada, New
mhm,
Zealand,
Australia, aka
India,
Jurassic Park.
Botswana, New Zealand. I think I already said New Zealand, South Africa,
Yeah.
Gambia, Kenya, Pakistan. Oh, that's interesting. Pakistan.
I didn't know Pakistan.
I did not know that either. The more you know,
I tell you.
the more you know. So it's like, what would happen hypothetically if a bigger country was to say, we're gonna try to take over the Bahamas? You now have another 50 odd nations who could be like, nah,
Ah, ah, ah.
we ain't gonna
Ah.
let that fly. They'd be like,
You really want Jurassic Park on you? I just want to know.
yeah. So you have like 50 other odd nations who are like, nah, bro.
Like, I mean,
Specific.
Australia alone is scary enough. Nah, you don't want to smoke.
Both, yeah. And specifically, what was I gonna say? But when it comes to the Bahamas, since we are three Bahamians, when it comes to the Bahamas specifically, we still, I wouldn't say report, but we still come under the monarchy of the United Kingdom. So our head of state is still King Charles. So which means we still have their protection.
That's weird.
And you ain't really
It's
trying
really
to go to
weird saying King
war.
Charles.
Yeah, that's weird. You aren't really trying to go to war with the crown. Like the size of a lot of Caribbean nations and their resources, like, yeah, we have a good amount of resources, like healthy resources, very expensive resources. Is it really worth that smoke from the UK? I think not. People need to realize how powerful the UK was and still is.
Still is.
As small as that little pocket is on the map, the UK literally governed the world. They literally had world domination. They literally had majority of the countries. They literally had the majority of the countries on the planet. That's how powerful this little nation was. Like,
A little island. Think about that. It's a
we
little
could just take
island.
on another, we don't get like
Like you
40
said,
something nations. Let's take on another one, you know?
For fun.
So, so people ain't really, like, it ain't worth it to try go against something like that. Because, like I say, your countries like India, Canada, the United Kingdom, Australia, South Africa, these are big nations with resources. But we'll see how it goes. But Zelensky, tell them, big man, I ain't the one. I ain't the one, nor the two. But he has some bars in there. He must be family to Kendrick. He Yuri, he was writing bars like, and it was just coming like this. Quick fire. He's like, the volume in your voice is increasing, but not the logic in your argument. I want to use that on somebody.
I have a feeling they're coming pretty soon.
Oh man. I trying to find the rest of the Commonwealth nations, the list, the actual list.
Because
But for
yeah, this one
people
only
listening
have
out,
some.
They don't have like a government website or something?
They probably
okay,
do.
okay, I'm on the
A
current member
list of
states on
some.
Wikipedia. Antigua and Barbuda, Australia, Bahamas, Bangladesh, Barbados, Belize, Botswana, Brunei, Cameroon,
Okay.
Canada, Cyprus, Dominica, Eswatini. This used to be. Oh, they just changed the name of this country. Oh
Estonia,
They
God,
just
you
said
mean?
they just said the Commonwealth
no,
Games.
Eswatini. They had a different name. They just changed it to this Eswatini.
What, Estonia or something like
Fiji.
that?
Is it that? I'm sure. Gabon, Gambia, Ghana, Grenada, Guyana, India, Jamaica, Kenya, Kiribati. I hope I'm
Lesotho?
pronouncing that right. Somewhere in Micronesia.
Mm,
Lesotho. This is in Africa.
Okay, let's go there.
Malawi, Malaysia, the Maldives,
some pretty places.
The
Malta.
Maldives. Okay, you don't need a visa to
I
go
see
there.
what I see what the UK was doing here. They wanted all these pretty places.
Yeah.
Mar-
There's a lot of pretty places. The Bahamas, the
Vaca-
Maldives, Fiji.
vacation vacation spots.
Mauritius, Mozambique, Namibia, Nauru,
Namibia.
New Zealand, Nigeria, Pakistan, Papua New Guinea, Rwanda, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Samoa,
Okay.
Okay.
the
Again, all these pretty
Seychelles,
places.
Sierra Leone, Singapore, Solomon Islands, South Africa, Sri Lanka, Tanzania, Togo, Tonga, Trinidad and Tobago, Tuvalu, Uganda, United Kingdom, Vanuatu, and Zambia.
So you don't
I
have
know the majority of
Rwanda
them
on
are
the
African
list?
nations as well.
Eh?
Hmm?
I noticed that you didn't call out Rwanda and Zimbabwe.
I did.
You
Yeah,
did?
yeah, she called those. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know the majority of them are in Africa.
I know they had the Commonwealth Games like maybe almost 7, 10 years ago, and a number of those countries came down. Poorly organized, but it was a very busy time. But they should have the games again. It's kind of like Olympics for like younger
Like
generation
our
folks.
Carifta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
If
should have.
anybody unfamiliar with Carifta, it's a set of track and field and swimming
Yeah, they had all kind of
games.
disciplines.
Yeah, for youth within the Caribbean. This is where they get their feet wet for the Olympics.
Yeah, man.
Because they use Carifta to qualify for the Olympics, right?
Mm-mm. There's
Um,
still Olympic qualifiers
they
after
could
that.
use it. Yeah, they could use it
Yeah,
as
I
a
think they use it.
yeah, they
Like
could
the
use it as a
times, they use it as a
yeah, they could
qualifier
use that. They could use it. Yeah,
in Carifta.
You have
they'll
to
be very
actually
young in the
meet the
Olympics though.
Olympic qualifying time, and then yeah. But I know they still have Olympic qualifiers after that. It would have been BISS nationals, then Carifta, then it's Olympic qualifiers. What the next
Well, I
one is?
wouldn't.
What these have with the relays?
IAAF?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they don't call them IAAF no more because that federation. I think that federation is
But they dissolved?
yeah
Hmm.
because of corruption.
Oh.
So it's just like World Athletic Relays.
They trackers have plenty Brahmian
Ooh, it does.
Crackers are plenty drama.
Oh, you still is run track?
Again,
I mean, no, I have
when
bad
you get
news
behind the
now.
veil, oh Lord, plenty drama behind that.
I think my
You stop
Riley.
running?
Yeah, I start running. I need to get back in it though. Cause of school, when I graduate, I can start running again. I can do long distance running again. It's very therapeutic. But
I was never athletic.
I know. But
I never go
yeah,
back to the gym.
gym's so expensive now.
Oh no, I used to go by the Defense Force base. That one is $30 a month.
What? This let you in now?
Should they just let you in there?
I thought like the defense force space was like
Not
They
really.
have gym
top secret.
hours. They have gym
Okay.
hours. It's like
And I
it's
think that's a
$30
way
a
for them
month.
to make money too. So
Yeah, to maintain the gym.
yeah.
Okay.
And they have brand new
Like
equipment in there.
is it a good looking gym?
Uh-huh. They put brand new equipment in there and everything.
Yeah,
Okay,
because when she
I
seen the
need to see
videos,
that. I just
it
live
was
too
kind of
far though.
nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm
if
not
you
gonna
$30 a
buy
month.
that.
for her, she right there.
Just remember, thing about a gym, do you know? The police force.
Oh, the police was having happy hour. I saw a flyer
Yeah.
Mm.
They always have an happy hour.
by the
See,
bar.
the difference? Let's get into this. We're not supposed to get into this, but they always have a party. No, for true, everybody, they always have a
Ooh,
party, and the
that party's
public is
so
going.
good.
And people that say their parties be lit.
Their
The police
parties just
parties
be
be lit.
good.
But like I said, the police force has a gym on their training campus as well.
Pause. You lying. Ain't no way the
They-
police force.
Yeah,
The police have
police
a
call
gym.
it. Yes, they need to. They need to
This
have
is
a police
why I was
college.
getting into my point. You can tell who uses their gym and who don't.
I was about to say. The police force can't have no gym. You a liar.
Because when I used to go to the gym 6 o'clock in the morning, them fellas in there.
Just wanna do
Every
recruits,
morning
eh?
they in there.
Just the recruits, right?
No, all the fellas
Heavy.
too. You have to realize I don't put the defense force. I know about the police
Oh,
force.
the defense force. Oh,
Oh, yeah,
God.
I know about the defense force.
They stay so late.
They in there. Because as far as they're concerned, my job on the water. And 9 times out of 10, people could be shooting at me in this water.
Wait. Did you know, like, I just tell her this when I was home. I was like, I didn't know their job was so scary.
It
Is it?
is.
I thought it. See, he didn't know.
Yuri, pirates
He
are a
didn't
real
know.
thing.
He didn't know, and I was like,
I don't know.
I don't
need to
pirates
see
are
it.
a
I
real
need to
thing.
see it. I need to see it.
I
I really
honestly
need
was
to look at
like, why they
documentary or
always working
something.
out? Why they always doing this? I was like, what the hell they doing?
Yeah.
They out there protecting them waters, king. They out there like their job
makes
scary.
I gotta go. I gotta go on one of the experience. I gotta go. I
You didn't know when they dressing up in their cute fatigues and they nice
Exactly.
little white suit. They
Right.
And they little beret and stuff. I swear to God.
hell they
I
doing?
swear,
No,
I
man.
swear to God.
No, but trust me, a police officer can't never see a defense force officer.
Never. Oh
The
my
most
god.
the police gotta do is maybe high speed chase, little
Right.
pop shootout, run down a suspect type of
That's
situation.
serious.
This on land. These fellas on water.
Water.
Pirates, open water, ain't nowhere to take cover type of situation. It's
Right.
like that's too much landscape to cover.
Right. And then they trying to board the boats up. You have to go and board someone else's boat.
Boat.
Imagine
inspect.
you boarding someone else's boat. Imagine if these niggas got drugs and stuff on here. You
Mhm.
know it's like life and death.
And only you want to you in the ocean.
You want to God.
You in the ocean? You can't even say we call it for backup.
Right. When is backup going to get here? You know how big the ocean is?
Yeah, because my cousin, he used to fly for the defense force, so they just have to do aerial patrol as well.
Right.
Because obviously, if I on a boat, I could see on the radar if there's any other boats in the area. But they
Mhm.
also do aerial patrol and radio in to say, "Oh, we see a foreign vessel. This the coordinates X, Y, and Z." So
It's
'Cause
plenty
they
ocean out
st-
there, though. It's
they
plenty
stop in
ocean
drug
out there.
dealers. They stop in drug dealers, immigrants, poachers, and the poachers is be the worst
My God.
because they just want to kill you for your own things.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Coming
Them
from
dudes
from DR,
from the DR. Oh,
awful. They believe this theirs.
okay.
They believe this
Are you
theirs.
fighting for my thing? How you fight? Like, that's the part there that I was telling her about. I say, that's crazy. You trying to fight me for my thing? This ain't even your territory. What you doing here, bro? Go back down. you being playful. Go down
And
there.
those fellas is like literally trying to take them defense force officers out. Literally for some fishing gunk.
Mm-hmm. But they need
They
to
be trying to take them
mature.
defense force officers out. And lobster especially.
Right? Like in the boat itself, because I think what they do is once they get the stuff, then I guess they have the option to resell or whatever it was. And when they shown
They
what they
can't resell it.
seized,
I think they could, I lie. Yeah.
yeah, they just resell. I think
I
they
ain't
take
gonna lie.
it back and they just resell it to the Bahamian people or something like that, but it's at a
I
lower
got-
cost.
I got a kid of crawfish from my neighbor. This is the defense force. And he saw the defense force. He said, "Oh, I get some crawfish off him because they just
Let
see
me
some
tell
off on
you,
boat."
babe,
Mm.
like probably about the length of the boat, Yuri. The length
And they
of the
be
boat.
stacked.
Yeah.
That's how much them Dominicans. That's how they raid the ocean. When they get catch, them fishing vessels stacked.
But the
And they
length
speak-
of the vehicle.
I need to probably like do like a documentary or something.
Yuri,
Like
you
how
don't
to
want to be
catch a
out there on
fish.
them streets? You're going to these streets. These oceans.
You never know. You
Look
never
at
know.
CNN.
You
I ain't
never
gonna
know.
lie. CNN reporters is beyond some missions.
It might be
Boy,
exciting,
they
dog.
be
Like
played
ZNS and
their
Omni
life.
to do like stuff like that, dog. Because we don't
I
know.
never see no other news network carry on like
Honest.
CNN.
Because,
Honestly,
like,
Yuri.
Because like the stereotype that we have of a defense force officer is like they just go to the islands and they just
That's
know.
it. Honestly. Like, what y'all doing?
We know,
and that
we
was,
know
the,
this.
that was
We
my
know this
mindset.
Tuesday
Like,
fellow
what y'all
co-worker,
doing?
the female workers. You know they.
No, it
decent.
ain't. It ain't even
But-
fellow co-workers. It's just go on an island and just like plant seeds there.
I swear.
Yeah, but there's be times when they go out to sea for weeks. They out to sea for
Yes, out
weeks,
here.
like just in the open ocean. They out there for weeks. That would drive me crazy.
Yeah, and yeah, so it'll be good to like see like what they be thinking about, what they be doing like on the seas and stuff like that. So
Okay, deadliest catch. That's a job, Y'all ever watch that?
yeah, it is get paid a lot too.
Yuri, that's life in limo there.
Okay.
For some crab legs,
Seafood.
Jesus.
them king crab legs, what this go through for them?
Nigga,
Nah, bro.
Wait. I say, wait, ain't no
That-
way.
That
Some
boat
of
is
them
like
ocean-
this.
This out there on that ocean, dog.
I
What
gotta
is call
see
it what part of the North Sea? That's where they go, and that's like death. Oh, there's death.
You know
And
that song where they be like, yo, like that water's out there scary.
Yuri, and them fellas
Water
is be on the
black and
deck,
y'all out here on this ocean? Nobody.
and they on that deck sliding like this,
Ah,
and then just to catch some crabs.
I'll do it though. I ain't gonna lie, I'll do it. I'll probably because I graduated soon and I'll probably pitch the idea to them to see what they think about it.
Yeah, Yuri.
It'll be a different perspective of journalism.
The fellas from the deadliest catch, they just get paid like that because they only go there like once or twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
And
But
they
they're there for so
literally
long.
risk it. Huh?
They're there for a long time though.
A few weeks, but they literally risking their life out there because that waters be like this, crazy like this, and that boat, as big as that boat is, that water tossing that boat up and down, and they gotta go on that deck, throw the pens or the cages. They gotta go and throw. You and that pen could go over. How that boat is be going like this. And they sliding. Sometimes they just have to catch the next one from trying to fall over just for some crab legs. That's why crab legs are expensive. The king crab legs is be like $70, $80 a pound. And
They
people just
sell
be
it
like,
well.
oh, why these gotta be so expensive?
it have to be.
Because somebody almost died to get it? What you mean? What you mean?
I had to die so you could live.
Because them king crabs is be in the Arctic, like in the coldest of the water, and they be to the bottom of the deepest ocean for them king crab legs.
And they just be
And
chilling.
why does it be so expensive? Somebody almost died to get this, mom. Stop.
You know what? Speaking of king crab legs, this was shot over here. This was funny. This was funny. Take a look at this.
King crabs loose in the back of a Tesla.
Why I feel like I've seen this before?
What you mean? Bread. bread. I know
Why
that
you
car
have your car?
stink.
Wait, and this a Tesla. Why you have this car filled to the brim with these crab?
That car stink.
You can't resell this car after this, but I know it smell like the ocean in there.
That
Mm-mm.
stink.
I close right up. Can't.
It's like people wild out here.
Bread. That just like bread.
Exactly like it.
I say
So for the listeners out there who ain't understanding this term bread, funny story for the squad. From time to time, we used to go right there, the little hop and skip jump right to Miami, Florida. Used to do a little shopping, clubbing, whatever, come right back. And this one time, we was on the highway, sitting in traffic, and I was driving. Everybody else really wasn't paying attention, and I looked to my left. And there's a car. It looks like a son and a father. And the car is filled, just like the back seat of this Tesla, with these king crab legs, with bread. And there were different varieties of bread. There was wheat, white, sliced, sourdough, and it was so random.
What?
Like they were just thrown into the back seat and the back windshield of this car. And I was like, why is there so much bread in this car? And there was no rhyme or reason for it being arranged. It was just random bags of bread thrown into the back of this car.
Like she's really not giving what it's supposed to give. Like the whole back seat was straight up to the roof of the car was just bread.
So me spotting this first. I was like, I see what I see it. So I spin around everybody in the car. I said, wait, y'all see what going on the side here? They said, I said, boy, there's a car full of bread. Look at it. And all of us burst out laughing. And a part of me felt kind of sorry because the son who was in the passenger seat, he looked like maybe he was like a teenager, maybe he was 16, 17. I know he was laughing at him. And I saw the little bit of embarrassment on his face, but I couldn't stop laughing. The tears was running down my face because I'm like, why is there bread in your car? And it's so much bread.
So much, dog.
And it was a variety.
The bakery or something? Give me all the bread here.
Like different varieties, like I say, wheat, white, sourdough, sliced, rolls, buns, everything was just thrown in the back of his car. And it was like, it wasn't even like arranged by variety. It was just randomly thrown in there. And I was like, so ever since then, when you hear I say the word bread. That was a good core memory. Bread. Y'all can have a lot of those coming in episodes where y'all hear us go into these little flashback stories. Yeah. Bread. So I like that we ended on a high note, bread. So once again, if you stuck around this long, we are Sun and brought up C. No brought up C. Sorry. Brought up C. And we want you to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave your comments. We want to hear from you. We may not answer you, but we want to hear from you. So leave your comments in the comment section. We look forward to hearing from you. And this is your girl Rals, your girl Abs, and Yuri. And we out this bitch. Zelensky!